The Internet of Insecure Things by John Abbot and Michael Jacob. What is IoT? IoT is known as Internet of Things, first used in 2001 by Kevin Ashton, one of the founders of the original Auto ID Center. It is a form of networking of physical devices. It enables connection between devices, software, and applications. Current estimates project that more than 50 billion devices will become connected to the internet in the next 5 years. Around 2013 was the start of the Smart Connected Devices. The Global Standard Initiative on an Internet of Things started up around that time as well. They recently concluded in 2015 following the TSEC decision to establish the new study group 20. The IoT and its applications, including smart cities and communities. IoT also allowed devices to become discoverable over open network communication systems, creating more opportunity for these devices to seamlessly connect with software-related systems. And from that created an enhanced capability of connectivity and improved accuracy, economic advantages, and reduced the human involvement. To think about a typical smart home, We'll we'll think about like their lights, their refrigerator, maybe your air conditioner, your vacuums, a thermostat, all of this connected by Wi-Fi. Now just imagine having all of these devices all connected together, talking to each other and making adjustments for a rise in temperature or a fall in temperature, everything automated without you having to physically go there, touch it, and do it. You're running low on some food in your fridge, and your refrigerator will print out your grocery list for you. All of this connected, making it easier for you to just go about your day and not have to worry about things around the house. Imagine your Roomba knowing when to come out when the floor is dirty and just sucking everything up with the vacuum. All of this in place to make your life much easier. So what does this mean for security of IoT devices? Well, currently they really lack in the security, making them really vulnerable to attacks. Some of these attacks can happen up to 3 minutes or even less. An attacker can turn your IoT device into a tool to spy on you and acquire information about you by activating your cameras or your microphones and listen in. For businesses that are using IoT devices with the iPhones or tablets, the weak security can cause intrinsic threats to the safety of their information and anything that they ever wanted to keep private. And the Mirai botnet. There have been various theories behind the recent cyber attack on the company Dyn. The attack was the biggest DDoS attack to date. Uh, they utilized various IoT devices to coordinate the attack. Research depicted, as earlier stated, that an attack on an IoT device can be from 3 seconds or less. But what the botnet had done was it took hold of numerous amounts of IoT devices and other computers and other softwares and attacked Dyn. I believe it was in three separate waves. And here you can see what the structure of a botnet typically would look like. You have the master, and he would take control of some servers and then infect other computers or IoT devices that might be connected up into that network. So this is what happened with the Mirai botnet on Dyn. They took hold of large amounts of probably already set up an already set up infrastructure and conducted the attack on Dyn all at the same time, flooding their network and jamming up their connections.
DIN is an internet security company that provides many services such as domain name services, hybrid cloud routing, and DDoS, or Distributed Denial of Service Mitigation. There are many big-name organizations and websites who utilize DIN services, such as Spotify, Twitter, and Reddit. It also is involved with many of the most popular locations on the web today. The Mariah attack was such a debilitating attack because of how it operated. By causing denial of service to DIN, it also caused a denial of service to every major entity that uses their services.
Now, if you were trying to figure out how could that possibly happen, how could somebody get hold of such a sophisticated infrastructure like that? Well, it can be done in various ways. You can be remote hacking in. You could be at the physical location, at the building or infrastructure, or near somebody with their device. You can try to use already known industrial passwords to gain access, maybe even brute force into some of the IoT devices or some computer systems that lack in security. There have been theories about using climate control devices, but that's more so for if you would rather do more sabotage than actually hacking into a system. You could use the climate control devices to raise the temperature in the server rooms and make them overheat. Some other sources could be when you're actually on site, flipping switches, touching things, and uh, actively gathering the signals that are being set off.
For this project, we decided to focus on hacking the Hue smart lighting system made by Philips. This system is designed to allow users to power the lights on and off, change the brightness, and even change the color. This can be done through the use of smartphone and tablet applications or apps, as well as by computer through a web portal. The Philips Hue system works by creating a mesh-type personal area network, where each device extends the range of the network from a control hub. The Philips Hue uses the wireless protocol Zigbee, or specifically the Zigbee Light Link profile. Zigbee is a low-powered wireless technology standard that is created for sensor and control networks, specifically, and is based off the IEEE 802.15.4 wireless standard. It operates in the 868 or 915 megahertz band, or the 2.4 gigahertz band, and uses a well-known symmetric AES algorithm for data encryption. However, there is one big flaw to note. The default master key used by Zigbee is known and has been leaked online. Therefore, the security of Zigbee should be considered compromised. The Philips Hue hub contains a whitelist of all associated device tokens in order to authenticate any request or command made to the system. While analyzing our system's whitelist, we discovered that each token wasn't actually randomly generated string, but simply the MD5 hash of each device's MAC address. Since we knew the operating radio frequency band used by Zigbee, we decided to try and sniff for packets as commands were sent to the system using an SDR, or a software-defined radio. For this one, we used the HackRF1 SDR. We were successful in capturing the packets, however, they were completely encrypted. This prevented us from seeing all the information. Since we did capture the packets, however, we attempted to do a replay attack and send them back to the system. This did not work. The Philips Hue system did not accept any replayed packets. So next we tried command injection, which we were somewhat successful in. Commands sent through the system contain a large number of header and sequence numbers in order to authenticate them, which prevents any duplicated message or packets from being processed. The format for these packets can be found in the Zigbee standard. However, packets have to be unencrypted or decrypted to find out the current sequence numbers being used. We found the only way to accomplish this was to be connected to the same network as the Philips Hue system and to spoof the MAC address of the device we were using to one that was on the whitelist. This is not an easy task if you don't already have access to that network. We were able to ultimately turn the lights on or off through command injection. While attempting our attacks, we unexpectedly discovered another vector of attack. Initially, we did not know the specific frequencies used by the Philips Hue system, only the bands that it operated on. So we would transmit across large parts of each band. We found that this method would cause a lot of interference, so we decided to look into this some more. We increased our output or transmitting power and widened the band area that we would transmit across. We discovered that by flooding the band, we would cause a denial of service by jamming the operating frequencies. This does, however, also affect anything else operating on that same band. It should be important to note that many devices operate on the 2.4 GHz band, and that this form of attack is only effective in ranges that are dictated by your output power. More power equals bigger ranges, less power equals smaller ranges, and possibly not as much interference. So in conclusion, while we were ultimately successful in attacking the Philips Hue system, it's only one small example of a huge number of Internet of Things devices currently on the market today, and that number is only going to exponentially grow over the next few years. Vulnerabilities do exist within these systems, and some can even be exploited with only minimum effort. We need to be more security conscious and better aware. Just because something is said to be secure by its manufacturer doesn't mean it actually is truly secure. We need to call for better security in the devices that currently exist and for the devices that will be incorporated into our lives in the very close future. Thank you.